Check, check. There we go. K6USY, Delta Mike 06. And good evening, YouTube, K6USY. Check, check. There we go. Pulled myself out of the null. K6USY. KM6SRR, K6USY, Fresno. K6USY, Delta Mike 06. Good evening, Mike. K6USY, 10, Bozo 1100.
Good evening, Aaron. Sounding good over here. I get my paper out here. Running just a minute late here. Had to put another log on the fire here. But 220 isn't all that tough to do here. Let me get a paper.
Okay, no worries. And I have not heard anybody else. Might have heard a couple, might have heard somebody deep in the background up north, but couldn't figure out who it was. But so far I've not heard Rob and have not heard John. So it's just you and me at the moment. K6USY.
KM6SR, number 432.
Speak of the devil. Go ahead, Rob.
Just checking in real quick while I listen to my local area's net. I'll be here in a minute.
Okay. Good evening, all. And we're pointed sort of toward the Bay Area, so if Tom was there, KW6S. Tom, you're probably hearing me. I pointed at you. You're welcome to check in here.
K6MYC, KW6S, 610.
There he is. Big time 610. Gotcha. I may not be perfect on you, but close. So take a little bit more time with transmission, and Rob is here. Just getting organized. We're all a little bit on the late side this evening. Aaron and his wife and the stream is up and running, so we're in good shape there. And it's quite a day. Beautiful day over here again. Again, one of those 70 plus a couple of degree days, and very nice outside. Unfortunately, I had a kind of a nasty job. I've got a plant called a Mexican chenille. They're very beautiful. That's a hummingbird attraction. They're in purple flowers, and they get to be about 6 feet in diameter with like maybe 100 shoots. And boy, when they get tired and they're done, like here in the spring, they should be done even more than they are. But we've had such a warm winter, they haven't frozen down like they should. Anyway, you have to get in and cut off all the old stems and let the new ones come up. But they're stiff and they're hard to cut or break. And there's about 200 stems on each plant, and I've got about 15 plants, so I'm working my way down the line. Anyway, let's see. Tom, back to you, and I'll peek on you, and then we'll know where to point for the Bay Area. KW6S, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, beautiful day here. Maybe not quite as warm as yesterday, but got in some nice yard work and finished up my power supply that I had to repair and did some other work. And yeah, just a really pleasant day around the homestead here. And looking forward to continuing on the next few days at least here. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, very good. And boy, I'll tell you what, even though we had that 4 inches of rain now going on 2 weeks ago, it is dry. I got plants that are dying because I turned the sprinkling system off in the yard, and I thought, well, we will get some more rain and I can just let it coast. But man, everything is drying up really hard, crawling around in that and all that foliage today. It was just, the ground is dry, there's no mud, not even, the weeds even coming loose with just dry dirt, so I have to water. We're going to be losing plants if I don't water. So we like this weather, but we sure need some rain. Anyway, I don't know if Rob is with his, everybody on here has got hole loops, so no big guns in here yet. Anybody else for 222 tonight? How about Ken, an AOIB? Are you high? I hear you. Are you here, Ken? Not yet. Anybody else for the 222 Bozo Net? We'll take Bay Area. I'm pointing toward the Bay Area more or less. Over.
6KLY.
K6KLY. Okay, Russ, you want to come up on this frequency? You're way low, way down here. Maybe 100 cycles below where you should be. Anyway, good evening to you. Take a transmission, Russ. K6 Kilo Lima Yankee, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike, you just must have moved your antenna or something because you went down by about 15 to 20 dB. Everything's pretty normal up here. Just wanted to check in, and there are some other people waiting to talk to you. KYC, K6KLY.
Okay. Well, I can't get a peek on you for some reason. Are you, you're not running vertical, are you? Are you vertical? vertically polarized?
Geez, I'm horizontally polarized, Mike, and you keep up with it, over.
Yeah, but you're so low in frequency, I can hardly understand a word you're saying, over.
Hold on here, let me dial you in. 1, 2... Point up at San Francisco, Mike. Point up at San Francisco.
Well, I tried that, but he went away.
All right, I'm still here. I just went up 100 hertz.
And I hear Jim in here. Anyway, good evening, Russ, and good evening, Jim. Jim, take a transmission. I'll peek on you, and it won't be that far from Russ. Okay, W6 PQL, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, you're a little bit low with the antenna. I mean, a little bit too far to the south. Come up toward your San Francisco heading. There you go. You just went past it a little bit. But that should be pretty good for both Russ and myself. You're good copy here. I'll leave you and Russ to re-engage, and I'm going to pop up about 10 kilohertz and see if Steve's there tonight. 73s for now. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Are you going to go get Steve tonight?
Roger, roger.
WB6JNN. KD6, that's okay.
Okay. KD6, that's okay, and WB6JNN. Good evening, guys. Let me turn it over to Russ, let him finish up there, and then we'll pick up Jim and Fred there. K6KLY, is that a little better, Russ? K6MYC.
Yeah, you certainly came back up, not all the way, but enough where I can copy it pretty good. And I went up to 100 hertz also. So there's nothing further. We'll see you on 6 meters. K6KLY.
Okay, I think maybe whatever you're using on 220 here is still drifting. You went up 100 and then you drifted back halfway back down where you were, so it's still moving. Anyway, got you in good shape here. Let's turn it over to Jim, WB6JNN. Good evening, Jim. Good signal. Go ahead.
Yeah, K6MYC, WB6JNN. Well, I did get a plane in the air today and wandered around, got some soil for prepping garden area for spring, which is not too far away, actually. And it's California. But anyway, and otherwise been sort of just mellowing out this afternoon. WB6JNN, 285.
Okay, good. Well, it wouldn't have flown very well over here today. We had wind. It wasn't bad, but it would have given you fits with your plane because it was intermittent, and I couldn't tell which direction it was going to come from. And sometimes it would be dead calm for a couple of minutes, and then all of a sudden it would pick up again. So it would have been a challenge, let's put it that way. Anyway, you're sounding good over here. Good evening to you, and thanks for checking in here on 222. Let's see how Fred's doing. A lot of things happening in the news, of course, and they're still finding tons and tons of money with the Doge team, and pissing off a lot of people, but that's the name of the game when you find money that is going places it shouldn't go. 86SOK, K6MYC, over.
Well, we need the Doge team here in California to figure out what's going on with California, the high taxation, and what are they spending all the money on, which we don't have, apparently.
Yeah. Well, the bullet train is a perfect example. They've spent $17 billion on the train so far, and they haven't got any track laid, and they haven't gone anywhere with the train. I don't know if the train has even been delivered or built. Everybody's saying, you know what, you're not getting any more money because you haven't done squat. Where did the $17 billion go? $1 billion is 1,000 million, you know. 1,000 million, that's $17,000 million, over.
Oh, I know. And now Newsom wants $40 billion for the federal government. Oh, geez, and you have a $50 million war chest against them. You think you're going to get the $40 billion?
Oh, like I said, they need to have Doge come over here and clean out California.
Yep. Yeah, well, I think they'll get here, but they've got a big pile of fraud and corruption and abuse to uncover back there in Washington, D.C. right now, and they're doing a good job of that, I think. Scaring a lot of people, pissing a lot of people off, worrying a lot of people. Oh, well, they're laying off people that are useful. Yeah, useful, sure enough. Well, they could have come to work. That would have been helpful. A lot of them didn't even show up for work. And the ones that did, there's a few people that are going to get hurt a little bit, but with an 8-month severance pay, you got a little chance to recover. Have you ever heard of being fired with an 8-month severance pay, Fred?
Never, not in my lifetime. So that's extremely generous. 8 months is that's huge. Yeah, and then they bulk about doing a status report. You know, like what you're working on. I have to file a status report once a week.
I'm sorry. I rolled my chair and it squeaked, and I missed your comment about what a week.
I have to do a status report every week, and the public employees don't want to fill out a status report. Like, what are they working on? I could never get away with that. I have to report every week what I do.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, a lot of these people, they asked a couple of people or several people what they actually did, and they couldn't really identify what they had done this last week. Or if they did, it didn't make any sense. So it's scary, but maybe these folks will have a chance anyway. They've given them plenty of opportunity with 8 months of severance pay. If you can't go out and sell yourself and get a reasonable job or relocate or whatever you might have to do in that time, then you're pretty inept anyway. Anyway, enough of that. Good evening to you, Fred, and of course we'll look for you tomorrow night as well here on 1296. They shoot it back to you, and then you can turn it back to to Jim, and then maybe we get somebody else in here from the Bay Area. KD6SOK, and I'm listening for anybody else also in the San Joaquin Valley. Has anybody showed up here yet? K6MYC.
All right, Mike, I'll see you later. 7-3, KD6SOK, thanks.
Okay, 7-3, Fred, and back over to you, Jim, and then we'll take a standby and see if we find anybody else in the Bay Area. I thought I heard a voice way down in there, but it didn't sound like it was in your area. WB6JNN for your final, K6MYC. I don't think we lost the path here, but maybe Jim had to go back in. Okay, is there anybody else in the Bay Area for the 222 Bozo Net, K6MYC?
This is Kilowatt 6, Whiskey India Sugar.
I hear you, Paul. Back shattering. I'll peek on you in a moment. Anyway, good evening to you. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, Mike. I'm pointed towards the Bay Area right now, about 210 degrees azimuth. Your signal is about a 5 by 4, not as high as it has normally been, but anyway, it's a Q5 copy, and I thought I'd just drop in here and check in for the net. Over.
Yeah, good. And I assume you have no relays, over?
Oh, yes. Before I forget to relay the usual 2 from Clear Lake, that would be KA6OSX and N1PPP. Dave, over.
Okay, very good. Hopefully we can catch them. Hopefully they stick around. When you work them, you should tell them to stick around, because you catch them before I do, but I'd like to see if we can work them and keep that path going toward them. Once on this band particularly. Thank you, Paul, and I hope you had a good weekend. I'm assuming your weather up there in Placerville is pretty mellow. You're not home very much, but it's sure been nice. We've had very nice warm weather. It's good working weather. Unfortunately, we're getting very, very dry down here, so I turned the sprinklers all on again today. put the automatic system back on, so in a little while the sprinkles will come on and wet my yard. Everything is getting really dry and crispy. That's not a good sign. I got crispy leaves out there on the roses and stuff. Not a good idea. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, Placerville on the backscatter path. K6MYC.
Okay, roger there, Mike. K6MYC, this is K6WIS. Yes, we've been having nice mild temperatures here, sort of low 60s, and not so cold at night, maybe dropping down to 49, 48 at night. And sunshine is coming, so we're looking forward to the weather this weekend. I'm on the upswing of recovering from my fourth dose of chemo drugs, and getting ready for next Tuesday when they'll give me my fifth dose. Over.
Oh, I'm sure you just can hardly wait. Although, on the other hand, on the long term, you're looking forward to getting that over with and moving on with your normal life, if there is such a thing anymore. Okay, good. And thank you very much for picking up the boys there in Clear Lake. And okay on your weather. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's getting quite as warm up there as it is here, but certainly decent. Okay, let's see if I can hear anybody else in the Bay Area or any place for that matter. Anybody copy looking for check-ins to the 222 Bozo Net? This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Central California, north of Fresno. Over. Okay. I don't hear anybody, and I don't think we're going to have Ken in here tonight. He may still have a broken feed line. I'll go up and give him one call there in Oakley, but I suspect he still does not have a 222 feed line fixed up there. He could probably transmit on 2, and I could hear him into the 2-meter antenna. Feed line is long enough, it might even absorb the VSWR and put some RF out. It's nice and high. I think he's got one 2-meter antenna over 100 feet high. Okay, let's go on up that way. Here we go. Here we are up toward Oakley. Oakley, N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, N6 Radio Oakley, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net calling and standing by. By any chance, are you repaired, Ken? Over. No such luck, okay. And we'll scatter ourselves on up to the Sacramento area. Maybe a little too far for Bill. I don't know. Let's see what happens. KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta, knocked over 6 Kentucky Drunks, K6MYC. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay there, Mike. Very good. K6MYC in the Bozo group. Here's KO6KD, Charlie Mike 98, number 776. I'll give you a little more chatter to see if you can get your antenna pointed right towards me. Let's see how this is going to work tonight. See if how I'm able to copy you. K6MYC from KO6KD. Over.
Yeah, very good. No, we peaked up a little bit on you. You're coming a little bit more north than normal, but certainly good copy either way. So no trouble. I see there's activity already on the 6-meter frequency here. That could be NR6Q checking out things there. I saw somebody talking there. Oh, I think it's Rob talking to somebody. We'll see who he's talking to here.
KM6SRR.
Yeah, who are you talking to over on 6 there, Rob?
Talking to Bill, AA6S.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have 222 anymore. That's right. I forgot. They'd gotten rid of all their 222. We'll give Bill our best, and we'll see him on 6 in a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks. KM6SR, back to net.
Okay, and we might have a new one, NR6Q, November Radio 6. Quebec should be in there on 6. His Bozo number is 622. 622, that's Greg up in just south of Sacramento there. I can't remember the town. Anyway, he might pop in. We worked him this morning on 40, and he indicated that he had a Bozo number, and he'd try to get in here and check out, see if we can hear him. So keep an ear out for NR6Q.
Roger.
All righty. Now I'm pointing toward Bill. Bill, go ahead, finish up there, and we're copying you fine. Hopefully you're hearing us okay. KO6KD in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, it's still not real good. It's not like it has been before. Used to would hear you S9 10 dB over 9. It's just not happening anymore. I don't know what I have done differently here, but at any rate, I don't know. I don't know what could be the problem. I seem to hear everything else that I look forward to hearing, but I'm not sure what I did wrong. Anyway, as long as you're copying, we're hearing each other tonight. I was talking on our Simplex channel, and John, KR6MR, came online from his shack. And so he is, I believe, fully anticipating being present for the 6-meter net tonight. So you might be surprised doubly if John shows up. He's getting along there, and things are slow. He just has to take it quite easy. So we'll let him speak for himself if you're able to hear him tonight. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I'll let you move on with the net, and we'll look for you here in a little while on 6 meters. K6MYC and the Bozos from KO6KD.
Okay, very good. I missed a little bit. I was going back and forth trying to find you, and I missed a couple of words about John and his activity, but looks like he's trying to get something rigged up so we can work the satellite and something else and maybe get on 6 meters. Is that it?
Negative. He came on 2-meter Simplex earlier this evening, and so he had to leave for dinner, and he was going to try to make it back out and upstairs in his shack for the 6-meter net tonight. No satellites, no. Just simply he's up and around and able to get to his radio station out in his radio shack. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting that he can, that must be something has changed in his hip area there in order to climb stairs. Or maybe he's figured out a way to do it without hurting himself. That's good. All right, we'll look forward to hearing John on 6 meters here. That'll be good. Thank you for that. Sorry, I got it tangled up. All right. We'll see. Is there anybody else on 222 here, locally, Bay Area, or in the San Joaquin Valley? K6MYC in the 222 Bozo Net. Over.
226 is here.
Okay, good evening, Ken. 226. Bill is there. You might say hello to Bill. He's got me sort of weak again tonight, but I guess it's Q5, but I'm not sure. Anyway, say hello to Bill if you would, Ken. WA6OIB 226 for Judy, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WA6OIB. Hi to Bill there. Yeah, I was copying him. Bill, you're good and strong tonight. S8, S9 here. Worked Ralph on 090, but it was really bad, so we had to go to CW. So we got a CW contact. Anyway, but I got a real high noise level when I point that way. About 10 degrees each, or 5 or 6 degrees each side of dead on Ralph. I've got an S7 to S8 noise level. I don't know where it came from, but it just popped up tonight. So I just barely copied him. So, but he's in there. So hi to Bill up there. KO6KD WA6OIB.
Yeah, good evening, Ken. I hear you just fine. I hear you much, much stronger than I hear Mike. I'm not sure what my problem is trying to talk to Mike, but I sure hear you just fine. You're easy S9 copy here. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, well, good evening to you and to Gwen, and again, my best wishes to both of you, and thanks for saying hello. 7-3 for now. We'll look for you the next time around. Back to net, KO6 Kitty.
Thank you, Bill. 7-3. It's good to hear you. Thank you, Mike.
All right, good to hear you, Ken. Good evening. We had a smattering of people in the Bay Area. We did get 4, I guess. K6 KLY, KD6 SOK, WB6 JNN, and W6 PQL. And PQL is going to go south and see if he can work Steve, number 52, down there in Santa Barbara. But it sounds like the conditions are pretty good down that way. If you hadn't had that noise, you would have probably had a good signal from Ralph. So Steve should be easy for Jim to work there. There's some chatter on 6, and we're going to have hopefully a new station on 6 popping in that we haven't talked to before on the Bozo Net for a long time. He is Bozo 622, so he's been around. That's Greg. NR6 Queen, NR6Q will be on tonight, hopefully at about 8:15 to 8:30. So keep an ear out for Greg. I think you must know him. He's the one that got the big Luso tower used from a doctor down in Santa Barbara, I think, and then he's put it up, and he's in the process of getting the 2 or 3 element 80 up on it at 120 feet. That should be impressive. WA60YB with a pause for any other breakers, K6MYC. Nothing heard?
Yep, I didn't hear anything. Yeah, K6MYC and the gang, WA60YB. Okay, very good. I got a call from Frank today. I guess he popped his preamp on his 9700s. I just ordered some more devices today. I went and looked. I thought I had some. I must have stuck them because I bought a sleeve of. I think I bought 6 of them back when I was working on yours, whatnot, and I don't know where I put them. I can't find them, so I ordered some more today. So anyway, they'll be coming in a couple of days. I got them 2-day delivery on them. So anyway, he's got a preamp that's out, so on 2 meters. So he said something went wrong in his sequencing or whatnot, went wacko, and he blew the thing. So I'm so sorry to hear that. Anyway, back to you, K6MYC, and I'll be monitoring here, and I'll be on 6 shortly too. I'm warming up the 6 meter amp right now. WE60IB.
Okay, very good. Well, we're about done here because there's nobody right now up in Nevada. Larry hasn't been on for weeks. I could go up there and call him, but I know Daniel is not there. Daniel does not have his antennas up yet. Although if the weather continues, he may get them up. He said I won't get them probably on the roof until the June contest, but he may be able to do it before that. Anyway, I'll go up there briefly, but I don't expect to hear anybody else. So we're about done here on 222 for the evening, and I got about 11 or 12 check-ins. It's not startling, so to speak. We don't have anybody in course goal these days on 222. One of these days, Frank will probably get on that band, but not currently. And so there we are. So let me go to Reno or Nevada anyway and make a couple of calls, and then we'll slide on over onto 6 meters. WA60IB for anybody else on the Bozo Net, please check in now. K6MYC, over.
It's quiet, huh? Okay, WA60IB. Where are you going to start on 6? Still up north or what?
Yeah, but there's nobody up there, but I'll start north just to give him a couple of calls up there. Maybe Larry can get on, and will get on, I don't know. So we'll give it a minute or two to the north, and then I'll go over towards Sacramento. We got could be quite a few in Sacramento tonight. John, who apparently had the broken hips or the hip problems that we talked about last night, apparently has figured out a way to get upstairs to the shack. So KR6MR will be supposedly on 6 meters tonight for us, over.
Oh, good. Okay, well, where there's a will, there's a way, I guess. Okay, well, I'll scoot on over to 6 then, and see you over there in a bit. WA60IB.
Okay, do you know Greg, NR6Q?
Don't think so.
Okay. I heard another voice in there. Who was the other voice? Go ahead. I hear a question mark. Who is that? Did it?
Yeah, it might be PQL.
Oh, PQL. Okay. It's probably who it is. Go ahead, Jim. Did you work Steve there, 52? Did you get Steve over? I don't hear him now, and I think he's listening on the live stream, so maybe we'll have to wait. I'll come back that way in a minute. Let me go to Nevada first. Okay, Nevada, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT. I've almost gotten to a point I'm going to forget Larry's call if he doesn't check in here pretty quick. N7WT 657, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC calling and standing by. Anybody else hearing the sound of my voice, please check into the 222 net, K6MYC, standing by.
I'm always fascinated how when you're pointed north, we have a really good path.
Yeah, you're strong.
Must be some kind of backscatter bounce back.
Yeah, probably off of a hill here in front of me or something.
How are you, Aaron?
Oh, I'm pooped out. I had to go down to Fraser Park today.
Oh, long drive, huh? Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm pretty fed up with 99, so I took the extra 20 minutes and went on I-5 and 41 on the way back. So that was enjoyable. At least I didn't have to deal with 99.
Right. Oh, a lot better scenery out there, huh? Not quite so many cars, I guess.
Yeah, and you can just kind of scoot along, and it's actually pretty pretty today. You can see the mountains all the way from Kettleman, so the Sierras were looking pretty good. Wish there was more snow up there.
Wow, cool. Is that your longest drive?
That's the farthest south I go. Yeah, it's 3 miles north of the LA County line. So yeah, that's as far south as I go.
Yeah, that's a ways down there. Well, yeah, take a circular route. That makes it a lot easier on the brains and on the eyes.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, well, it looks like Mike is pointing at the Bay Area, and he's not going to be able to hear me as well. K6UFY, go ahead, Mike.
I hear you okay, it's just weaker. Okay, Bay Area, light checks are missed on 222 Bozo Net. Light checks are missed. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. K6MYC Central California. QRZ 222, over. I'm not hearing anything all the way back and forth across the spectrum there. From 295 down to 270, nothing. So I think we're basically done here on 222. there. Who is that? I hear a voice. Keep calling. Keep calling. We don't know who it is. I'm pointed toward the Bay Area. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go up here to W6PQL. That might have been you, but I don't think so, Jim. You're usually stronger. W6 Papa Queen London, W6PQL. Did you get Steve? K6MYC. Well, I think he must have worked 52. Let's put 52 down. W6PQL, okay, 6MYC. Can you confirm working 52? Yeah. There you are. Try it again, please. Did you work, Steve?
Jim did. I did not.
I hit the wrong frequency. I'm off about a kilohertz. Sorry about that. Yeah, he's suffering from noise level down there lately.
Okay, I take it you did not. Ken said he's hearing you. I'm not hearing you very well for some reason. I don't know where you're pointed, or maybe I'm pointed wrong. But I didn't get it. You did not work, Steve. You had noise?
No, he worked, Steve.
Who is that?
6NYC, do you copy?
Yes, I do. Who is this?
WB6JN. Jim worked Steve fine on sideband even. Was sort of weak on CW for a while, and then we had one sideband contact. He did not hear me. I heard him fine, 5 by 1. So that's the report, and Jim gave him a 5 by 5. So, yeah, he was in there. WB6JN.
Yeah, okay. You're so loud. I didn't recognize you, Jim. You're crushing me over here. Huge signal. I can't understand why I can't hear Jim. But, okay. Did you get that, Judy? Okay. Very good. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for popping back in. Sorry you didn't make it with QIW there. I don't know where Jim's pointed. He must be pointed off in Never Never Land or something, because he's never been that weak. I could just barely tell he's in there.
Well, you know, propagation is sort of strange between our locations.
Yeah, I must be strong for you too, right?
Roger. I did work 52 and also WB6JN. I'm not sure whether Jim made a two-way with him or not, but he certainly heard him over.
Okay, so you did work 52, but Jim said he didn't. He wasn't sure that Steve heard him. Over.
Yeah, Jim's talking to somebody else there. I'm not sure who.
Roger. We got you, Jim. Anyway, thank you, Jim. WB6JN. Thanks much. Are we going to see you on 6 by chance?
Oh, I'll take a listen, but I don't normally hear you. I don't know why. Just there's a lot of noise here, I guess.
Yeah, I'll be darned. Well, maybe you can call in to somebody you are hearing. Are you hearing anybody else?
KM6SRR. Hear anybody else? I usually stay around. If I don't, then I don't. A lot of them are off the back of my beam, remember?
Yeah, okay. Very good. Hang on a second, Jim. WB6JN, KM6SRR. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I've been talking to Bill trying to mess with this 1296 amps. I missed some of the stuff, but did you get 52 or not?
Yes, he did work 52.
Okay, then I think I've got everything. The one right before that was Ralph, number 3. So did I miss anybody between there?
This is K6WIS.
I hear Paul calling Jim there. Jim, you want to pick up Paul? JNN, you want to pick up K6WIS there?
Oh, hi, the other Jim, PQO here. You're 519 plus a bit here. Good evening. Nice to hear you again, Ever.
Pretty good to hear you, Paul. I'm not quite on you. I'm maybe 30 or 40 degrees.
Okay, I think we're going over to 6 meters, guys. 7-3 on this bend. I'll listen, but I don't think there's any more check-ins. K6MYC going to 6 meters.
And goodbye.
Sound good. K6USY.
Okay, Paul. Catch you tomorrow on Code 96, W6BQL.
K6WIS, K6WIS.
And the music was typical and boom, 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 and you know all that kind of stuff. So it's not our kind of place. But the food was excellent. Oh, it was great. In fact, I brought my part of my steak. It was so big and huge. Brought part of it home and ate 2 more meals out of it.
Fantastic. I try to keep away from the meat anymore, but I'd sure like to have one.
Well, we do too, but every once in a while we just go out and do that, get a steak, you know, and just to get the carnivore instinct out of us. No, we mostly eat what we grow around here, and you know, we eat pretty doggone well, you know, healthy, and but every once in a while you want to get out and you know tie into some kind of a cow or something.
I understand. I'd like to, too. I'm just getting over this plague that everybody's had around here. I'm still hacking, but I feel good, but I'm still hacking. I hear it lasts about a month, so I can't wait to get rid of it, if you know what I mean there.
Oh, very much. Yeah, Gwen just is getting over her. She's been sick for over a month, and she still has a cough. She feels fine, but she has a cough every once in a while, mostly at night. You know, when you get tired, whatnot, that's when it shows up. During the day, it's not so bad. So, but at night, she you know, starts to cough a bit once in a while. So, but she's just about over it. Like you say, it takes about a month.
Yeah,
W6AJ.
had it, and she's getting better too. I took it down to had her checked out, and I couldn't find anything, which I knew they wouldn't. It's that type A flu is what my buddy called it. He's supposed to know what he's talking about. So, anyway.
Okay, well, somebody interrupted you. Some rude guy interrupted you. Who was that?
That was Mike, AHA. Go ahead, Mike.
You gotta wait for him to unkey his mic.
One of these guys down there, like Larry N7WT, still has an antenna up in the air there. Anyway, WA60IB, AA6S.
Yeah, okay. You took a deep breath, and we all thought you let off the mic, and we were all talking over you. Anyway, some guy over here in Clovis was interrupting you there, so, oh well. Go ahead, Mike.
Roger. WA6AAJ 727 Lower Clovis.
Real low Clovis.
W6GBS.
Good evening, Ben. Give Judy your number, WB6GBS, K6MYC.
It's 694.
Yeah, thank you. Good to hear you.
K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
She's got you too by the ears, Aaron.
AA6S 800.
Yeah, she got 800 already. We've been hearing you. I was giving all the guys that were just rag chewing on the frequency here. We should have NR6Q in here up in, he's just below Sacramento. I can't remember the name of the town he's in there, but it's just short of Sacramento. But talked to him on 40 this morning, and he's had set his alarm for 8 o'clock, and so he should be in here somewhere. But I'm pointed due north at the moment, but let me just take a quick standby and see if Larry is there. N7 Whiskey Tango. Larry, are you there? K6MYC.
I've been calling him and nothing.
Yeah, I know you had.
Gulf is a city of your friend there, Mike.
What's that? What's your question, Rob?
KM6SR, number 432. 622, Greg, NR6Q is in Galt.
Galt, yeah, well, that's a big city of Galt. Only one Hammond Galt. So I can't remember the name of the town. Where are you, Greg? N6NR6Q, K6MYC. Let me go towards Sacramento. That'll get him.
NR6Q, are you there? WA60IB pointing down your throat. Yeah, I look back. I have talked to him before, but it's been a long time, Mike.
I'm coming down that way, NR6Q or KR6MR, Mr. the hippie, KR6MR. Are you there, John?
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Okay, we got you, Daryl. Thank you. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, 982 in here. Looking for KR6MR. I don't hear him, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC.
No, I'm a bit disappointed too. I have not seen him over on Timmy
Golf Yankee, WB6GGY.
I don't know, unless he hurt himself going down the stairs again and going back in the house for dinner. I don't know, but I'm quite certain he intended to be here. I know he wanted to be here. Can you just check him in, even though he was here earlier?
Okay. And I hear Phil in there. Good evening, Phil. Why don't you take one and see if you can hear Bill. Bill was just on transmitting as well, so maybe you guys were going to go off up to 150 and see if you can hear each other after a minute, I guess. WB6GGY and the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, right now I'm pointed to Fresno. I will reverse the antenna and point it up there at Bill in a minute. And you're doing a fantastic job here, Mike. Absolutely no fade at all on the signals tonight. Great conditions. With that, WB6GGY, Bozo 884. Thank you, Mike.
Okay, very good, Phil. Good to hear you. And, of course, we'll look for you tomorrow morning as well. And, Bill, Phil is here, so if you guys are ready, you can slide on up to 150. I think that's what he's planning. He's going to rotate the antenna toward you. KO6KD in the group, K6MYC.
Roger, roger. Okay, well, here, I'll make it official. Here's KO6KD number 776 checking in, and I'll check out and head on up to 150. Thank you, Mike. KO6KD.
Roger, and we'll see you in the morning, hopefully.
Roger.
Okay, 73 and KR6MR. Are you in the shack now, John? I hear a carrier now and then. Over. I hear Bill off the back, so he's turned toward you, Phil, if you're listening. All right, up to 150 for those guys. Let's see. Anybody else in Sacramento for the Bozo Net? We should have KJ6KFB. How about you, Darren?
Hello, 6 meters. This is Kilowatt 6, Whiskey India Sierra.
Well, we'll take 6 meters from K6WIS. Good evening, Paul. Nice signal on 6 meters here. Give Judy your number, over.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. You're 5.3 to 5.7 deep QSB fading, but I thought I'd jump on this band since you already pointed towards Sacramento. This is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar, number 637, over.
Roger, thanks for 637. Would you give a call on the outside chance that John can't rotate or something there? John is supposed to be here. He figured out a way, apparently, to get upstairs to his ham shack. So give KR6MR a call, will you, Paul? Over.
Okay, roger that. Yeah, I'm actually pointed in your direction, so he would be off the back of the beam, but I'll give a call for KR6MR. KR6MR, are you around on 6 meters tonight, John? Over.
Okay, well, maybe he'll check in a little bit later. Who knows? Thank you for being here, Paul. Good signal. We don't hear you that often on 6, but quite a nice signal. Over.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, you got a good signal here, too. I'm using the amp tonight. I'm peaking just under 500 watts now, and I'm using an M2 5-element beam in your direction. Over.
Yeah, roger. Well, this is a 9-element at 100 feet and about 1,500 watts at least going that way. Probably about 700 getting to the antenna. Over.
Roger. Yep, you're plenty loud there, Mike. Over.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. 7-3 for now, Paul. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully on 1296. K6 Whiskey India Sugar near Placerville. K6 MYC still towards Sacramento. Listing there and then going toward Oakley.
NR6Q.
Oh, there we are. Hang on a second, Greg. KD6 Sugar Whiskey 149. Good signal, Rich. KD6SW in Reading. K6MYC. Go ahead.
Can you hear me on phone?
Yes, I hear you. You're readability 3 and strength 1. 3x1 on phone. Rich, over. Sure, 73s. Pretty good signals tonight from you. Great to hear you, Rich. Thanks for coming in here on 6 meters. Stay on frequency and listen for others. Okay, Greg, that was up in Reading. I don't know if you heard the CW off the back of your beam there. NR6Q, number 622. Give Judy your number. K6MYC, over.
Yeah, very good. NR6Q, and it'll be number, I think, 622. And I am not familiar with where it goes after that, Mike, so you'll have to let me know.
It goes back to me or wherever. There's probably a couple of other people here that might want to say hello to you. We told everybody that you would be here, and so there's probably at least 1 or 2 that have been listening for you. And Rob gave me your QTH in Galt there. I can never remember your little town of Galt. It's not like San Francisco or Sunnyvale or something. Not too many hams in Galt, are there?
Well, there's a few. Sal, myself, there's a few actual pretty good-sized contesters up here. Anyway, yeah, I'm running about, pushing right at about a kilowatt tonight, up to 8 elements at about 75 feet, Mike.
Okay, well, that sounds good. You might, if you got the other antenna on there, you could switch back and forth. And we could give you a comparative report if you want, or you could just do it for yourself on receive if you're set up to do that. Let me shoot it over to Ken. WA6OIB has worked you in the past. He's in Clovis. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, hi, Greg. NR6Q, WA6 Oscar, India Bravo, WA6OIB here in Clovis. Just about 8 miles south of Mike there, so your beam heading's probably good. Anyway, you've got a good signal. You've got an S9 signal here in Clovis, over.
Yeah, very good, Ken. Well, you're both of you guys are running S9, maybe a little bit over on the peak, so a little bit of QSB tonight. Great to hear you on. In fact, I'll be down there, here in a couple weeks. Going to be down there for a meeting at Clovis Fire. Anyway, very good. Great signal tonight. WA6OIB NR6Q.
Very good. What were you coming into Clovis for?
The APCO, Association of Public Safety Communications Officials meeting. First one in Fresno area in like 25 years. I've been trying to get them to go back down to Fresno. Finally, they did. So I'm going to be a keynote speaker at that event. So, yeah, I think it's the 13th of March. I'll be down that way. Anyway, great to hear both of you on. Big signals here up into Northern California. I'm located just across the San Joaquin County line here in Sacramento County. I'm not actually in the city. I'm out amongst the grapes, the cows, and the corn. And I'm running a step IR DB42 with the 6-meter option on it, running about a kilowatt tonight. WA6OIB NR6Q.
Very good, Greg. Very good. Okay. Yeah, I've got one of those antennas that I'm trying to find a home for. Same exact one with the 6-meter option and all that. So one of these days, somebody will eat it up. I can't use it. I've got other antennas, but I got it with a bunch of other stuff. So anyway, if you know anybody wants one, I've got one here with a controller and everything. So got to find a home for it. Anyway, good to hear you. 7-3s, and yeah, good luck on your speaking here in town. Maybe somehow, maybe we can get together or something, and some of us can gather up and have lunch with you or something somewhere. If you're going to be here more in the day or so. Anyway, 7-3s, and back to you, Mike. K6MYC, WA6OIB. Thank you much.
Okay, very good. Let me shoot it down to Bill, AA6S. Are you copying Greg up there in Galt?
Oh, yeah, he's loud and clear. NR6Q. NR6Q, AA6S in Visalia. Between a 5.5 and a 5.9 here in Visalia. Name is Bill, Boston, Italy, Lima. NR6Q. Get my miles moving right here. AA6S, over.
Yeah, very good. AA6S from NR6Q. Very good. You're about 5.8 to 5.9 here into Sacramento County. I'm about 30 miles south of the city of Sacramento, out here in the Lodi wine country. And as I said before, I'm running about a kilowatt. And Mike, I will eventually have the other 6-meter antenna up. Right now I don't, but the other 6-meter antenna that I have, I think it's a JK. It came with the tower from N6NB. I wasn't planning on putting that up right away, but I will eventually put it back together. Maybe we can do some comparison shopping also on that. And great to hear you, Bill. Beautiful signal out of Visalia tonight. AA6S NR6Q.
Yeah, very fine. You got a smoking signal here in Visalia. We're showing about 1,500 out to a pair of Mike's 5-element beams up the top one's about 70 feet, and the one below it's about 18 feet below it. Anyway, thanks for the contact. You got a very nice signal here. NR6Q, AA6S. Back to you there. Thank you.
KM6SR.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob. Give him a call.
Thank you, Mike. How you doing, Greg? NR6Q. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo. Sort of a little bit east of Mike here. Over.
Okay, very good. KM6SRR, I believe. Do I have that correct? Kilowatt Mike 6 Sierra Radio from NR6Q. You're 5'9", and yeah, I show you up in O'Neill's. Very good. Nice signal here tonight. Again, almost 5 and 9. Over.
Roger. Yep, that's correct. KM6SRR. Yeah, I'm getting you about a 5.5, 5.6. So good signal there. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. And I guess it goes back to K6MYC.
Yes, it does, but we got one more for you. Mike, give him a call. WA6 Alpha Juliet. Go ahead.
Roger. NR6Q. This is Whiskey Alpha 6 Alpha Juliet. I'm also in Clovis. Over.
Okay, very good. Yeah, nice to hear you, Mike. WA6 Alpha Juliet from NR6Q. Doing a great job out of Clovis tonight here into Sacramento County. And again, I'm running, you probably heard, a kilowatt and 8 elements up at about 80 feet. WA6AAJ NR6Q.
Roger. Yeah, you took a bit of a fade on me there. You were about 5.7, 5.8. I'm running a kilowatt into one of Mike's 5-element beams, so should be pointed pretty much at you. Anyway, Appreciate the contact, Greg. NR6Q, WA6AJ.
All right, 73.
Okay, well, you got most of us here. Let's see if there's anybody else. We have some smaller stations with smaller antennas. How about you, Aaron? Are you copying Greg up there?
759 KR6MR.
Oh, there you are. We were waiting for you. Hang on a second, John. We'll get right with you. Aaron, are you there? Aaron's pooped out. He drove all the way down to the Grapevine today and back. So he's the one that puts the live stream on, Greg. But let's see, maybe you can hear KR6MR off the back of your beam. Go ahead, John, up there in Meadow Vista, over.
Roger. Good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. NR6Q in Gulf. WA60IB, KM6SRR, and a few others that I've heard. This is KR6MR, Bozo 759.
Hey, Mike, Aaron's exercising.
Over.
Okay, very good. Good to hear you. Let's get it to Greg, and you guys can exchange, but hang on 1 second, Greg. What did you say, Rob?
Aaron texted me he's exercising. He usually does that when he spends all day sitting in the car.
Roger, no worries. So let's see. Greg, I'm sure you were copying John up there. John's invalided at the moment. I'm surprised that he got upstairs. He's having a little hip issue. More than just a little hip issue. It sounds pretty serious to us, but almost like 2 broken hips or something. We haven't quite got a handle on it, but we don't want to drag it out. But I was quite surprised to hear him in here tonight because he had to climb some stairs to get to the ham shack. NR6Q to take it with KR6MR, Meadow Vista, K6MYC. Go ahead, Greg.
Oh, you're full. You're 5.9 plus. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to see how much difference there was from side to back, so I moved the antenna. I can't hear Mike anymore. Right now you're 20 dB over S9. Doing a great job out of, I guess you're up in Meadow Vista there on Placer County. So, yeah, I moved the antenna up towards you. So, you're 5.9 plus 20.
Tell him he's Q5, John.
Okay, you're still Q5 with Mike. You're also plus 20 up here, and I'm hitting about 550 to 600 watts. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm going to move the antenna back down towards Mike. I can hear him, but yeah, I haven't played a whole bunch with this antenna. All righty, very good. Thanks. KR6MR from NR6Q. I got you in the log, and back to you, Mike.
Okay, very good, Craig. We should have some folks over in the Bay Area, too. If you want to stick around, you can have an exchange with some of those guys. Since you haven't been on here for a long time, might be good to refresh acquaintances. Some of them show up on that 40-meter frequency we're on. You may have even worked Jim, W6 Papa Queen London, over there on 40 in the mornings. Anyway, a good deal. John, nice to have you in here. Anybody else want to say hello to John before we move on to the Bay Area? K6MYC. Okay, John, you're on your own, buddy, and hopefully get down the stairs without any grief there. How did you manage to get upstairs, John?
Carefully, I just used the same spot that they gave my wife when she had her strokes. Good foot to heaven, bad foot to hell when you walk. So you just have to know which foot to put where and balance yourself out so you don't put any extra strain on the hip. Over.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Well, be very careful. We want to have you back, and hopefully you'll be back up there for the other bands. If you can get upstairs, you can get on the other bands as well, right?
Oh, yeah. I have full radio capabilities here as long as I don't do any more injury to, let me see, how do I put it? My pubic ramus.
Oh, boy. A broken pubic ramus. That's not good.
Yeah, just, when they first told me what was broke, I was just waiting to see some comedian on stage giving a 30-minute one-on-one with it.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll heal. Is it going to, how do you put a cast on that, or?
You don't. Either you let it heal on its own or you have an operation. I've got emergency order into orthopedics for them to contact me to see what they want to do.
Okay, well, hopefully we can get you back in working order before very long, John. Good deal. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow night, perhaps on 1296. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow night at 1296. Anyway, take care, as I will definitely take care of myself. And see you later. K6MYC in the group. Nice talk, everybody. KR6MR.
Okay, good night, John. Anybody else while I'm pointed towards Sacramento? Okay, 6MYC Bozo Net. Okay. I'm going to ask Judy to do this for me. Turn the button. See? Let me show you how to do this. Stand by a second, guys. Coming down toward Oakley and passing through Clear Lake. If Clear Lake is there, come on in, guys. K6MYC. Nothing from Clear Lake. Okay, we should have N6RO in here. Must be awful close to you, John. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. And temperature range 48 to 68. Dinner was steelhead trout and asparagus. And I'm still sleeping a lot. I guess that's normal. N6RO.
Sounds like you need some of the vitamins that we have here. Doesn't keep me from sleeping, but I I don't have to sleep if I but anyway, good. Find on a nice dinner. We had nice shrimp, really nice shrimp and noodles, and a nice salad, so it was a wonderful meal here as well. And the reason I got Judy running the rotator is because I got a cat planted on me. This cat wanted to get on me all day. We were short fused in the shack this morning. She was in and out and other things going on, and she didn't get her lovin'. And she likes to sit here in the shack and listen to you guys. She really enjoys hearing all the voices. She doesn't like TV because it has a lot of blaring commercials and stuff. But boy, when she's in the ham shack, she's a happy camper here. So she's planted herself on my chest. Makes it difficult for me to make rotator moves here. So Judy's learning how to do that along with keeping the logs here. All right, good, Ken. Good to hear you. And nice big strong signal, of course. NR6, NR6, yeah, November Radio 6 Oscar. No, is that right? N6RO. What the hell's the matter with me? We got Greg on here this evening, NR6Q, and that's what's got me screwed up. Can you hear NR6Q, Ken?
I don't know. I just...
Greg, can you hear Ken over there in Oakley?
Oh, yeah, and he's on the backside of the beam, and he's still S9. Yeah, N6RO, NR6Q, you're 59 plus. Yeah, NR6Q, N6RO. Where are you located? Located just south of Sacramento, Sacramento County, between Interstate 5 and 99. Yeah, okay, good. I've got both antennas working tonight. One's at Sacramento and one's down at waiting to Fresno. I had a comment and I've already forgotten it. Mike, remind me. Congratulations to Judy on running the rotators.
Yeah, she's happy. She's smiling. It's not that hard, but there is some things you can do wrong with an RC2800. It's got 3 modes, and you got to make sure you're in the 0 mode, which is the manual mode, and then it's easy. Push the buttons and watch the numbers, and I can tell her what numbers to go to. So that works out fine. Normally I could do it, but when this cat's laying on me here in the shack, she's got me pinned to the chair, can't move without disturbing the cat. And since she didn't get her share of loving today, I thought, well, I'll let Judy make the rotators go. All right, let's see. Ken, 7-3. Well, of course, we'll see you tomorrow night on 1296. We did listen for you on 222 on the outside chance that miracles happened, but we didn't hear anything, so we assumed that there was no miracle. Came by and clicked your feed line back together.
I think we doubled there, sorry.
I just said we did look for you on 222 in the event that a miracle happened, but it didn't, over.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you know when we get the cable fixed. And what I was saying was I miss having a cat. I've always had cat, or many. At one time we had 22 cats. When 4 of the females all had kittens at once. The tomcat was very happy.
He was a smiling dude. One male cat with 4 pregnant female kitties. That's really something. We had quite a few at one point. When we moved up to this place, we brought 13 with us, and then that number went up and down quite a few times. We had stray mother come in and give us another litter of kitties, but they all got given away except for one, and I don't even have any of them anymore. But, they take a toll here, the coyotes and the raccoons and whoever else. If you're not a quick kitty with a bright mind, you're not going to make it here, over.
Yeah, coyotes are a nemesis. I haven't seen one live in several months, but they do come through here. Anyway, got the cat for me, and we'll see you tomorrow on that too high frequency.
Yeah, too high, huh? Okay. This cat's name is Bootsy. She's got white boots, white back feet that go all the way up to her hips. So she's got big white boots on her back feet. So she became Bootsy very quickly. And she's a sweetie. She's quite smart. And she actually talks back to you sometimes. And she'll be running around on the floor and looking at you. And I say, "Are you hungry?" And she'll go, "Meow." And we'll come on up and get something to eat. How is that? Oh, good. That's well. You want to go out? Out. You want to go in? In. So she talks to us. Doesn't do too well on the thank you, though.
Well, they do communicate in some way.
Yeah, they do. The others are the same way. Judy told Sparky the other day, I was back in the bedroom, I guess, and Sparky was out in the kitchen, and she said, "Aren't you going to go see your daddy in the bedroom?" And he looked at her and turned right around and raced into the bedroom, climbed up on the bed with me there. So they know, boy. We've got a simple routine. It's just keep it simple, and then they get it. See you later, Ken. Always a pleasure. See you tomorrow night on 1296 with your booming 20 divided by 2 watts, over.
Yeah, we're still restricted to 10 watts. Anyway, there'll come a better day, N6I roll. See ya.
All right, 7-3. And Judy, if I can get you to move the rotator again to 288.
Oscar 6, Delta Golf Juliet.
Okay, KO6 Delta Golf Juliet. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Mike and Judy. How's everybody doing down your way?
Not too bad. You're sounding pretty good. I think we overshot you a little bit, but hopefully you can copy. I got good copy on you. And I think, I can't remember your number, so you better give it to Judy, over.
It's 1145, 1145.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, 1145, we got you. And how are you doing up there? It's been warm everywhere, so I assume you've got the same warm weather up there, over.
Yeah, I've been working on my ham shack. I got a small tower I'm going to try to put up and change antennas around. I got a long wire. Well, it's 71 feet, end fed halfway, and I'm playing with that. And I changed the oil in my Jeep, and I got to change the oil in my wife's Jeep. Otherwise than that, I'm pretty busy.
Yeah. We don't have vehicles that we have to change oil in anymore. We don't put enough miles on them in a couple of years to worry about it. So I've got a side-by-side, a Polaris side-by-side, and a Honda Rubicon ATV. and they both just keep on running, but require very little maintenance. One of these days we'll probably have to do the ATV. We use it quite a bit. Anyway, good on everything, fine on the weather, and we'll see you. I haven't heard Brett, not Brett, but Brett, and N6BCC. I haven't heard Brett in here this evening. Oh, Merle, I'm sure it's Merle. Merle, are you here tonight? No Merle tonight. We've been missing N6PDM and N6 Papa Mike Delta. No, that's not right. What's Brett's call sign? PDM? Police Department or something? Oh, NPD. Newman Police Department, I think it is. N6 NPD, are you there?
November 5.
It's N5, Mike.
November Papa Delta.
Yeah. N5 NPD, that's what was wrong. I knew that it didn't sound right. Good evening.
Good evening, Mike and Judy. N5 MPD 1129. Yeah, it's sometimes this is way past my bedtime, or actually, but my time to go inside the house there. So good evening to both of you. Yeah, okay. Well, you can always check in as soon as 8:30 comes around, or as soon as 8:15 when you start hearing voices on here. There's usually somebody that you can check into. I know there are a lot of guys in Clovis and around the valley you would hear you fine. So you're welcome to check in early. You don't have to wait for me, over.
I turn, and you're pointing towards Oakley, so that's pretty darn close to me.
Yeah, but I don't have to be pointed at you, and you don't have to check in with me. You can give your call sign and Bozo number to anyone that you hear, and they'll relay it to me, over.
Oh, very good, very good. Good to know.
Yeah, so don't worry about having to wait. Anyway, you've been kind of quiet lately. Are you well? I know you were sick there for a little bit. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, the flu thing went away, and now it's just the almond blossom allergy type stuff. The blossom's coming up, so it's nothing that I haven't dealt with before. So.
Yeah, I'm sneezing a lot too, and I think it's the warm weather. I was out there trying to prune my nectarine plant and stuff early before it was too late, and I have a peach in the nectarine, and I'll be darned, I'm standing in the middle of the nectarine tree pruning away, and I look over and there's a blossom staring me in the face, over.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, my plum trees, just noticed yesterday, had some blossoms on them, and then today, probably about a quarter of it's full of blossoms. So, yeah, it's that time of year, and then up there you probably got a lot of grasses and things like that, so if you have any issues with weeds and grasses, there you go. But for me, it's mostly the almond stuff, and, you get the congestion and cough and so on and so forth. So, anyhow, it's the same thing, being here in the valley for 50 years, it's like every year it gets a little bit worse.
Well, they can give you a shot for that allergy once they know what it is, over.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, same old thing. I just take the nose spray. I think it's called Flonase or something like that, and it seems to do pretty much a good trick on it for the most part. It's mostly at night. Once I go to bed, my nose gets all congested and stuff, but if I take that nose spray, it works.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Well, look, we'll let you go. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. And again, you can always check in early with the chatter here started at about 8 o'clock today, as even before that. I was looking at the spectrum here. I have a big display on the TV. The display console above the radio is about 30 inches across. So I have a huge spectral display in front of me here. And I was watching the spectrum light up, so I knew people were talking, and sure enough, they were rag chewing away here on 6 before, while I was still doing the 222 net. Anyway, good evening, Brett. Great to hear you. Thanks for being there. N6, I didn't hear Merle tonight. He didn't make it. But maybe next time. N6 PDM, Papa, is that right? Papa Mike, don't know. N5 PMD. No, that's not right. Why can't I get that call right? What am I doing wrong here? NPD, right? N5, NPD. Good evening.
5 NPD, November 5, November Papa Delta, because I work at Newman PD, and my call sign at work is 5 Adam 2.
There you go. All right. Good evening. N5 NPD, K6MYC, 73.
73.
Where is he at, Bob?
Okay, now, Bay Area, Bozo Net, 6 meters, K6MYC, calling and listening.
KB6WFC, 775.
Okay, there's 775 and a couple of others. Take one, Mike, and then we'll pass it around here. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC Bozo Net, over.
Roger, roger. Good evening, group and Mike. Nothing new to report here other than we had fog overnight and a little bit coming back tonight. Otherwise, nothing new. Back to you. KB6WFC, Daly City, 775.
Okay. Do you have the live stream playing a little bit in the background?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, no worries. But when I hear other voices in there, I'm not sure if somebody else is trying to get in. That's the only reason I ask. I don't care, but it does make me perk my ears up when I hear other voices in the background. All right. Good to hear you, Mike. And hopefully we'll hear you well tomorrow. The bed conditions are pretty stable weather-wise, so we might have pretty decent conditions tomorrow on 1296. Let's cross our fingers. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, Daly City, 775. K6MYC taking Bozo check-ins from the Bay Area or anywhere.
W6PQL.
W6PQL, good evening.
Good evening again. 1296.
Yeah, 1296, and say hello to NR6Q over there in Galt near Sacramento. Go ahead, Greg. Greg, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm turning my antennas towards the Bay Area.
Yeah, it's W6 Papa Queen London, W6PQL. Give him a call, Greg, over.
Yeah, very good. I'm still bringing my antenna around. W6PQL. W6PQL from NR6Q. Any copy?
Any copy, Jim?
No, I didn't hear anything from Greg that time. When you when he first came back to you, I heard a little bit of him in there. We may be blocked, so Galt is probably one of the more difficult azimuths for me to get through. If he's not right in that little channel, it's the south of Sacramento by quite a few miles. I probably won't hear him here, but. Anyway, my regards to him, and we'll talk to him another time, perhaps on 40 meters. I'm going to say 73's Mike and hit the hay. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay, well, stick around. Let's see if Greg was able to find you with the antenna. Greg, did you find him?
Yes, I can hear him. Is he in Fremont? Is that W6PQL? Is that right?
Yeah, Fremont. He is in Fremont, so you have blockage. Over.
All right, let me get the antenna down towards Fremont. I'm not exactly pointing at him, so that was my problem. I've been chasing people around all evening here. All right, W6PQL from NR6Q. Any copy?
Yeah, I copy it just fine. That 8 element is sharper than I expected, so you're doing well here, Greg. Over.
Yeah, no, it's sharp. It's probably too sharp. It's almost a disadvantage because I'm hearing Mike. Virtually everybody Mike's hearing, I am hearing, but I've got to get my antenna on him. He was working, M5 NPD down in Newman, and I couldn't figure out why the heck I couldn't hear him. Then I realized my antenna's completely back on him. But yeah, I've got I should have a pretty good copy on the Bay Area. W6PQL, you're 5 and 9 from NR6Q.
Yeah, same here. I'm running about the same power you are, a little bit more maybe, and S9 is the reading I get on the SDR here. 73's Greg, thanks for the holler.
Thank you, 73.
Off to bed. Good evening, Jim. Thanks for being there. Are you feeling under the weather, or are you just short of sleep for some reason?
No, I'm just pooped out tonight.
Oh, okay. You going to play golf tomorrow?
No, Thursday, but I'm going to be playing down in Monterey, so that should be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, that should be good. That's a good course, all good courses down there. All right, 7-3. Thanks for being there. W6PQL with KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Who else do we have in the Bay Area? K6MYC. How about WB6WNI? How about you, Gary? WA6AXX, K6KLY, AB6SR, 86SOK, WB6JNN, KB6BA. Who did I forget?
WB6JNP.
Well, you're not in the Bay Area. Good evening, Dane. WB6JNP. Give Judy your number.
Good evening, Judy. 107.
At 107, we got you. And anything new on your side today, other than the nice warm weather?
No, it was, the weather was warm enough that I decided to install the backup camera in my truck and got that in. So just, one more little project done.
Ah, very good. Very good. Well, I'm working in the yard. I'm pruning what we call Mexican chenille. I don't know if you know what the plant looks like, but it gets to be about 6 or 7 feet in diameter if it's out by itself. Purple, long, stringy stems in all directions. And it's great hummingbird feeder. The hummingbirds love it. So it's a hummingbird attraction for me. And I've got about 10 plants. And they require maintenance once a year. They're pretty tough and pretty resilient, but you have to go in at the end of the year when the first frost or the first cold weather hits. They usually die or die back, and they get looking a little ratty. The new stuff is in there ready to come out, but you got to get the old stuff off. So they're about 3.5 feet long, each one of these stems, and it takes 15 or 20 minutes to a half an hour just to do one plant, particularly when they're congested, like mine are with roses and other things around there. So I got through 4 of them today, and I'll get the last 3 tomorrow, and then we'll be done with all the Mexican chenilles. But boy, oh boy, what a job. But it was hot. It was really warm out there. I was in the sun, and I was sweating even in a T-shirt. So there you go. Back to you, K6MYC. Go ahead.
When I got up this morning, I looked out the window when one of our hummingbird feeders was a little low on liquid the other day. So I looked out this morning, and there were probably about 15 or 20 hummingbirds all, zooming around and all that. They emptied it, so I got to refill the feeder. And of course, as I'm rehanging it, I've got birds buzzing around me, like, can you do this faster? But, I love it. I just enjoy the fact that the birds don't seem to worry about the fact that there's a person there.
I think hummingbirds have an affinity for humans. I don't know what it is, but we have the same thing here. But they have an affection for a single plant. Like I say, I've got 8 or 10 of these Mexican chenilles, and some of them are all by themselves in the yard, and particularly one spot near the pool, there's one huge one. And if you come anywhere near that and they're drinking, they come off that plant and they buzz you, either to say hello or get away from my plant. This is mine, over.
Yeah, well, after I rehung the feeder, after refilling it, I rehung it and
I could hear them buzzing around and all that, and I ended up going in the door, and this may be 10 feet away from the feeder, and I had a couple of them just come and hover at the screen door looking at me, and I'm thinking, okay, fine, go drink, have fun.
Yeah, I hear you. We used to go to the Balboa Zoo in San Diego, and there's a big aviary here. I don't know if you've ever gone to the zoo in San Diego, but you walk inside of this huge aviary, and there's birds all over the place. But if you have beautiful colors on, Myrna always had something that was reddish, and they would come up, and they would actually sit on you or hover right in front of your face. The hummingbirds were really friendly in there. Of course, they're used to having no end of people wandering through the zoo. But they do it here, too. And one of these days, I'll tell you, we saved a hummingbird one time. I found it in the barn all wrapped up in spider webs, and it was dying. And I rescued it and unwrapped it and took it in the house, and it couldn't even stand up. It was really dehydrated. We made a honey or a sugar water feeder out of a ballpoint pen stem, and Myrna fed this little bird with sugar water, and finally we put it in a little box, and all of a sudden she said, "Oh, look there, the bird's back, feeling better. It's up on the edge of the box." And we recovered that bird, and 2 hours later we took it outside. It was all back to new. And we took it outside, and I held the box up high, and the bird flew off and landed in a tree, sat there for about 30 seconds, and then come back and buzzed us. Like, thank you, I guess. They buzzed Myrna and I. She's got it all on video. That was in the early days with the cell phone. She took the whole thing and put it on the internet. It was quite a thing. Over?
Yeah, well, we used to, when I lived in Redondo Beach, I would always walk my dog underneath the power lines, and I noticed that, and of course I also walked a parrot at the same time, but I'm walking along one day, and I see this little kestrel, which is also known as a sparrowhawk, and it was sitting up on these, on a cable TV line that went across the walkway. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. Well, my son was into reptiles, so we always had king mealworms around. So I took a couple king mealworms, and I would put them on the walkway, and as soon as I walked off, the sparrowhawk would come down and munch on the worms. Well, one of my neighbors that lived right across from the power line, he saw this, and he asked me, and we ended up buying like 100 king mealworms at a time. And this bird would come over and sit on the cable line, and then if Jerry didn't come out soon enough, he would go over and sit on his porch, waiting for him to come out and give him king mealworms.
Yeah, when it comes to food, animals and birds are not stupid, are they?
No, as a matter of fact, my dogs are, the type of thing, they know that 4 o'clock is feeding time, and they'll usually start about 5 minutes before, and it's sort of like they're right there, and it's like PETA. It's sort of, I don't know if you ever saw the musical Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop? Yeah, I think it was Little Shop of Horrors. But in this case, they were like the plant Audrey, too. Feed me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did see the little horror shop or whatever it was called. I remember that with the plants looking for food. Yeah. All right. Very good. I better move on here. I'm not sure who's left. We're just about done with the net here. But good to hear you in here tonight, Dane. WB6JNP, K6MYC, still looking for any other check-ins from the Bay Area, over.
73 is my WB6JNP.
Whiskey November India, Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India, 1090.
Yeah, 1090. We got you, Gary. Good evening to you. Good evening, WB6WNI, K6MYC. How are you doing? Not real strong, but we've got you, over.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, you are infinitely better. You know, we said 0 last week. Now you're coming in about an S6, S7. So I'm going to, it's a week, just a light single thing where I wanted to say 73, and thanks for getting back to me. This is kind of fun. K6MYC to 8679.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we're copying you. I moved the antenna. We probably went a little bit too far. I probably should have left it where it was, but we got you all okay. It'll be easy copy, except I've got my neighbor's solar noise in there tonight in your direction there. Anyway, good to hear you, Gary. I won't keep it. Thanks very much for being there. We'll take a standby and see if anybody else is in the Bay Area. We did work your neighbor yesterday. He checked in very late, but he did check in on 2 meters yesterday, K6 QFO. I was beaming toward Nevada, but he's so strong he came right in even though I was pointed away from him there. So I think he's home, but he may not remember the net here tonight. WB6WNI for your final, K6MYC. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, Mike, I heard that. He was blasted in here, and I was saying, why don't I hear you? And then you're right, you were pointing away, and that's what I thought. Well, that's amazing. I didn't hear Mike. He was, of course, extremely loud in this area, so I'm glad he was able to check in and work you despite pointing to Nevada. Anyway, Mike, we'll say 73. K6MYC Daisy 679.
Roger, 7-3, Gary, and we'll see you on Wednesday there. Take care. WB6WNI, K6MYC, looking for any other check-ins, and then we'll go down Santa Cruz. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me down there, Tom? K6MYC. About Alpha Foxtrot 6 United or KW6S, K6MYC.
Alpha Fox 6 United, I am here tonight. I think Tom finally had to check out. There was a big long rag chew on 10 meters, and so I think 9 o'clock is his witching hour.
Oh, I didn't look at the clock here. I guess we are past 5. Well, we'll check him in. Put down 610 and also 1098. Good deal, Lee. Good to hear you booming over here, over.
Roger, thank you very much. I am glad to be back on the air finally, and glad to hear that I'm getting out there. And yeah, I've finally got the HF rig. I got the DX10 here in the shack, and just getting some things worked out. I had a little bit of a problem with the feed line going to the cobweb that I use for the HF, the 20 through 10 meters, and I finally got that all sorted out like about 6 o'clock tonight, and glad to be back on the air. So I'll say 7-3 to you and Judy and everybody else on the net. K6MYC, AF6 United. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Lee. Good to hear you. And I don't know whether you have propagation or not. Let me just check and see. Greg, if you can copy me pointed this way, NR6Q. Can you hear Watsonville there, Greg, over? I don't think he can copy me anymore. He's in Sacramento. The big station with an 8-element Yagi at 80 feet or so, so I thought might be able to get to you there. Anyway, good to hear you, Lee. Strong signal. Good to know that you're getting things in order and got it done just before the sun. Well, the sun was down at 6, but you still had light. It's just starting to get pretty dark here by 6, but you have another 20 minutes of more light than we have. Hi. 7-3, AF6 United, K6MYC. Good evening.
Good evening. Talk to you later.
All right, Rob. What's his Bozo? 1098. 1098, 1098. Let's go down to KB6RQU. He may or may not be there tonight.
Roger.
Anybody else? While we're pointed towards Santa Cruz in the Bay Area, K6MYC, Bozo Net, 6 meters. we might get Fiji in here.
I hear Rob.
Yeah, okay. I should have given it to him to say hello. You know, he's going down to see if we've got our other check-in in Lake Isabella there.
KB6RQU, Rick, you on tonight? 6-meter Bozo Net, KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by. Oh, Bozo 61, Rick, you on tonight for the 6-meter net?
And we haven't heard W6LAD now for a couple of weeks. Hopefully he's not given up on us. And W6PYP in Visalia. I don't know where he is. Yeah, I don't know if he's on 6. And who else do we have? I think if we had anybody down there, they would have checked in with Bill, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, maybe, but they could have heard us in the beginning, too.
Who knows? Okay, well, I think we're done here. What's that, Judy?
Number 61.
He didn't show up. Yeah, Judy was ready to write 61 down, but he's not here.
KW6S.
Oh, there's KW6S. We heard that you went to bed, but you fooled us. You standing there in your underwear or your or your pajamas?
No, I was off working something else. I just realized that my radio was set to an external receive antenna because I was on 160, and I really didn't think that it would ever hold that over on 6 meters here, but I basically didn't have an antenna on the radio.
Well, you must have heard me a little bit.
Yeah, I did, just a little bit, and then I went ahead and looked at it, and then realized the amplifier, I shut the amplifier off, and it didn't change anything, so I realized what was going on, and here I am.
Here you are. And Lee, we had already signed you in, because Lee said you were here, so we signed you in, but it's always good to hear your voice. And he said you were doing something, they thought, over on 10 meters or something. Did you work something interesting?
No, we were hashing out some antenna problems on this step IR that's been eluding us for some number of weeks here.
Right away, Ken, OIB, has a step IR that's available. He mentioned it tonight, and since you've got friends over there, maybe somebody wants this. It's the big one. It's the DB11 or something. I think it's got it's 7 or 8 elements on 6 meters. So it's got the 6-meter add-on. It's a big antenna for all I know, and he's got the controller and everything. He got it in an estate sale, and so he's looking for a home for that. So you might mention it to your buddies, and maybe they want to upgrade or something.
Yeah, I've been emailing Ken on that a little bit, but I haven't heard the latest. He was going to take some pictures and send them to me, but basically just kind of wanted to know what he wanted for it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still here. Ken can't be here after 8:30 because Gwen's TV program comes on at 8:30. So he won't be here until tomorrow night on 1296 or Wednesday, over.
Yeah, very good. I'll catch him on 1296 tomorrow night, as I will you.
Yes, sir, you will. All right, take care. I think we're just about wrapped here with the net. Rob can't find our friend down there in Lake Isabella, old Bozo 61. So I guess we're done with the net. And Aaron, are you back from your exercises? Aaron's still doing exercises there. Okay. Rob, 7-3. Anybody else that's listening? I thought we might have Frank in here, but Frank probably got busy with other stuff and did not put the 6-meter antenna up. He could get it up, but he probably didn't want to put it up in a real temporary format. But he'll be back on 6 here before long. KM6SRR and anybody else that's here, K6MYC, Bozo Net, 6 meters, clear and listening out. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Mike, hearing Tom pretty good tonight. KW6S, KM6SR. How you doing, Tom?
Tom, you still there for Rob? You might have jumped off already, Rob. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, he was getting ready to turn in, so I guess he turned in. Anyway, what do you got for a count here? You want to start with a 222 count?
One five 15.
Okay, I'm missing one on that. You want to read the numbers real quick?
Yeah, read them 5 at a time for you, Judy.
I got 1079, 1100, 47, 432, 610, check. 111, 285, 507, 637, 160, check.
Okay, that's one I don't have. 160?
And 336.
Okay, well then I've got one more than you.
Well, hang on here. Read the rest.
After 160, I have 336, 776, 226, 3, and then 52 is the last one.
Yeah, I didn't hear you with 1296 there, PQL in there, Jim.
1296, and we should have 145 also. We did get Redding in here.
I don't have 1296.
Okay, do you have 145 on there?
No.
Okay, 145 and 1296. Looks like we got 17.
I didn't see 145 on 222. We did on 6 meter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forget it. I'm thinking the wrong band here. Sorry about that. Yeah, we got him on 6, not 2.
So I come up with 1216 now, which I think you have also. Do you have a total of 16 on 222?
We're working on it. Hang on. Say it again.
16 on 2.
Yeah, we got 16. We're matched up. Now let's do 6. I got this power line buzzing in my ear. Say it again.
25.
Okay, 25 on 6.
Well, once again, I got 24. I wonder what I'm doing wrong.
52.
Hang on. You want to read it for him?
1079, 1100, 40. Oh.
Yeah,
wait a minute. We're doing 6 meters,
yeah,
aren't we?
6 meters.
Okay. All over.
Start over again, sorry.
Got 47, 226, 432, 285, 800, check.
Okay, I guess I didn't get 285.
I don't think we had 285 on 6.
WB6JNN.
Yeah, I know who it is, but I don't think he checked in. Oh, maybe he did. He was very loud on 222, but I don't think he checked in on 6. So we might have screwed up there. It might be our mistake here.
Okay, I thought I was listening most of the time on 6, but in the beginning there, things are kind of bouncing around.
That's all right. We got the right numbers. Just we'll take 285 off our list.
Okay, roger on that. And you'll see last night when I sent you that list there, last night was so discombobulated. I had some call signs with no numbers and some numbers, no call signs, and I found 2 duplicates. So we matched up with what you originally had last night. Over.
Yeah, okay, good.
After 800.
What band are you on now? He's got everything okay. He's got okay. He's got 6 meters okay.
Oh, okay.
We're okay. We're good. He's got the same number you got. All right, very good. I have a little problem here because I'm listening in the Bluetooth and I've got this antenna stuck toward my solar panel guy, and I've got buzzing in my ears, so I have to key the mic in order to hear what Judy's telling me. It's kind of awkward, but it makes me close the mic and then it goes quiet and I can hear what she's telling me. Okay, we're out of here, Rob. Thanks for your help, and we'll see you. Listen, I've got something coming up. What's the day that we're? Is it the 28th?
Friday.
Friday the 28th. Is that the one that Jeff said he couldn't get me in there? Yeah, I'm missing a ride on Friday 28th, and I know that's awkward for you, and it may or may not work. It's a 3 o'clock appointment. I've got a eye surgery. They're going to do some laser work on my eye, so it's kind of imperative that I do it. I don't want to skip it. They only do it once a week. So I've got to figure out a way to get in there. My ride's going to be up in Washington State for a birthday party. So I got to figure out how to get there, and I don't want to ride in with Matt and stay there all day waiting for 3 o'clock.
Yeah, roger on that. I'll have to check my calendar. This next week I got, or no, it's this week, huh? I've got a lot going on, I think. Hold on.
Yeah. We'll figure out something.
Yeah, if I don't have something planned, I'd be happy to do it for you.
Well, I might be able to get Bo to come up and get me, and then drop me at the place, and then Matt can pick me up on the way home or something.
Yeah, if you want to hang a minute, I'll run down and look at my calendar.
We can sit tight for a minute.
Okay, hang on, KM6SR.
K6USY.
Hey, he's back off of your exercise routine. Not much new here. We just called you a couple of times.
Oh, I know. I was listening. I just couldn't respond.
Yeah, no, I knew that. Could you hear NR6Q from your on your own station?
I was only listening to your station, so I was actually kind of curious if I was hearing him down here, but I had no way to verify that because I wasn't looking at my receiver.
Yeah, okay, well, just curious. He should have gotten a signal to you even with the whole loop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was actually kind of interested to see if I'd hear him coming down the valley. Yeah, I don't hear people too well on 6 meters, but, you know, I've...
What's better?
I'm going to go do dishes.
Go ahead. Okay, yeah. Judy was just saying something to me. Again, I can't hear what she said until I key the mic. Yeah, I know you don't, but he had 1,100 or 1,200 kilowatt or so, and the 8 element at 80 feet, so he was, it was working very well for him. Over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, at some point I want to get a like a 500 watt, you know, HF amplifier, but then I'm also thinking I probably need to improve antennas at some point. So it's the you know, chicken and the egg problem. What do I spend money on? So we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you probably don't want to get just a 500 watt HF amp. You might as well go to a kilowatt.
Well, the problem is powering it. The nice thing about the 500 watt is you can just plug it into the wall. Anything bigger than I got to work on putting 220 in.
Well, some of them, depending on the power supply you use, I have a power supply here that takes 110 or 220, and if you use it on 110, it can give you about 750 out on 110 input.
Yeah. I just I still got some limitations because where the radios are, there's only one outlet and there's one circuit feeding that room. So I gotta make sure I don't overload it. So anything crazy, then I'm gonna have to put a dedicated circuit in there.
Well, the option is to get the kilowatt amp and then just drive it lighter, Rob. Aaron, that's what I would do. But I guess 500 watters are. I think the problem is you pay almost as much for 500 as you do for a kilowatt. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, that's it's definitely a consideration. So it's something I'll look at. So okay, let's see if Rob is back with his calendar. K6USY.
Roger. I was out in the truck, and boy, are the critters going crazy tonight. The frogs are croaking like crazy, and the coyotes are hooting and hollering. Anyway, we've got, let's see, a couple things on Friday, but I might be able to work it in there. We've got to take some rings into the jeweler around 11, and we've got to take Candy down for a class he teaches at 11:30. And so after that, I think I could probably do it.
Yeah, but you'd have to come back here to get me. You don't want to do that, so that's no good. I'll talk to Bo, my grandson, on Wednesday when he gets here for dinner, and maybe he can come up here on that day. I hardly ever tap him, and he always offers. He does have a job, but it's sort of flexible. He's a realtor, so he can adjust his time a little bit with respect to customers and stuff. So I'll see how it plays with him. Over.
Well, yeah, but then he's got to go all the way back down again, and if I bring you back, I'm halfway home. So, well, whatever works out, we'll keep me informed.
Yeah, no, I can come home with Matt. I'll just have Matt come and pick me up at the office there at the iPlace. Even if I have to sit around for an hour, it's not the end of the world. And then Matt can swing by and pick me up, and I'll ride home with Matt. So I think we can work it out. Rob, but keep it loose at this point. An absolute desperation backup. I could use you, but otherwise I don't want to make you go in and out, in and out, in and out.
Go down and get lunch.
Yeah, that's not that far back and forth, Mike, so no big deal. Yeah, if you want to go down a little early and have some lunch.
Yeah, well, that's always a possibility.
So, well, we'll talk some more and figure it out here. I've also got to get my taxes turned in that day, too, so for our partnership. So I got to figure out how I'm going to arrange that. I could do it the day before.
Yeah. Well, again, I would go in with you, do your stuff, and then we'd have a lunch, and then you can drop me at the iPlace, and if I have to sit there an hour before my appointment, it's not the end of the world either. It's a comfortable waiting room, and I could just sit there and nap, which I would do anyway. So that could work. We'll play it by ear. Let me see what Bo can do for me on Wednesday. It might just simplify everything. Bo lives right there at Highway 15. He lives right there at Highway 15 and 41, so it's not much of a run up here.
Okay. Well, whatever. We're flexible. We can manage it in, I'm sure.
Okay. Well, thanks. I just wanted to. It's an unusual situation. Normally, my driver is always in town. This happens to be a very rare time where he's gone for the weekend for this very, very old friend's birthday party in Washington State. So they're jumping on a plane and flying up there. That's got to be something special. So that's why he would be missing on that one. Over.
Yeah, going all the way up there for a birthday party. Yeah, it is special, huh? Okay, that sounds good. We'll let you go. K6MYC and Judy, KM6SR 73.
Okay, good night. And good night to you, Rob. Aaron, 73. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. K6USY, KM6SRR, and anyone else. This is Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, doing the 6-meter Bozo Net and closing for tonight on Monday night here. Bye.
Yeah, good night, Mike. Good night, Judy, and good night, Rob, and we'll say good night to everybody on YouTube here in a couple minutes. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Aaron. Hey, Marcus got in those filters that we're running for the field day, so he wanted me to mention it to you. Over.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't bug me about it. So yeah, I'll have to run over there at some point and get him, because I definitely want to do some testing with him.
Okay. Yeah, he was wondering if you could do testing over there so he could kind of watch too, but I don't know what's involved there. Over.
Yeah, I mean, we could. I just got to find the time to do it. I just know I'm busy this weekend. So, no big deal if I don't make it over there, so, because I wouldn't have time to play with them anyways. But, yeah, I wanted to throw them on the Nano VNA real quick and just kind of take a look at them, and then probably throw them on a radio and see what they do. So, we'll figure it out, but good thing that they're in. So, thanks for the information. K6USY.
Okay, I don't think there's any hurry on it, so whatever works out there. So K6USY, KM6SR, 73.
All right, good night, Rob. K6USY. And good night to everybody on YouTube.